Welcome again to Cottage Talk. I am Russ Goldman. This is another match reaction show. It's my 5 takeaways from Fulham's victory against Brentford. This episode, as a podcast, is exclusive on the Cottage Talk Patreon page. So please do check out the Cottage Talk Patreon page. I am offering 2 free months for you to check out the Cottage Talk Patreon page. I'm doing a lot on there. Many shows you'll see with Tony Gold, but please do accept a gift of 2 months of free access to the Cottage Talk Patreon page. It's actually at the top of my X account and on the Cottage Talk X account. So please do check it out if you would like to get 2 free months of access. Would love to have you join the Patreon page. Doing a lot of stuff on there. Also want to mention that I am recording live here on YouTube. I do like to stream live, but the podcast version is exclusive on the Patreon page. So if you are watching live on YouTube and want to get to see these shows when we're going live, please do hit the subscribe button and like this episode. That would be a big help and will allow you to get to this show when we go live. We go live at all different times. So sometimes we do it ad hoc. So if you would like to get notifications of when we're going live, please do subscribe on the Cottage Talk YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you anything. Okay. So let's get to the show and go through my 5 takeaways. I've already done 2 episodes post-match. Did one with Tony Gold and Jan Shineas, and then I did another show with the guys from the Hammersmith End. Both great shows. They're both on YouTube. So if you want to watch it, you can watch it there. But the episode for the Hammersmith End show, that's exclusive on the Patreon page. Like I said, doing a lot of stuff there. But let's get to it. A lot of talk, match, and just give you my opening thoughts before I go through my 5 takeaways. And nothing really has changed since I watched this episode with the guys from the Fulham Supporters Group of Boston. It was just a wonderful day. But what I really came out of it was sometimes, you get angry when you see the starting 11 like I did. But there is a method to Marco's madness. I might not agree with it every time, but that's my prerogative. Bobby Brown's on my prerogative. So I didn't agree with it, but it worked. So you have to give Marco, his coach and staff and the players all the credit in the world. Because I wanted changes for this match. He went with the starting 11 from the Leeds United match. I thought that was a mistake, but it wasn't because it got all 3 points. Are there issues still going on with the team coming together? Yes. But in the end, it's a victory, and that's the most important thing. And Fulham are headed in the right direction. And you'll see that in these 5 takeaways. And this is what I came up with for my 5. Number 5 is this, and this is actually a very good development. Fulham continued to be solid with their back 4. This has been going on since the beginning of the season. They've only given up 1 goal from open play, and that was an accidental pass from Josh King. But beyond that, extremely solid. That back 4 has been just really good. That includes Joachim Andersen, Kenny Tete, Calvin Bassey, and Ryan Sessegnon. This is without Jedi. And Tony Gold was making the argument that maybe they're more solid defensively with Ryan Sessegnon. But you do lose something without Jedi going forward. But the one thing that I've learned from this is that they're tighter back there. Bernd Leno is doing much less than he normally has since seasons past. And Joachim Andersen is stepping up as a leader back there. He has the captain's armband right now. Let's see what happens when Jedi returns. But I think that is a major difference in what we're seeing. He is certainly being a leader out there, and I think that's very important. Maybe that has transformed the defense to another level, because to be where we want them to be, they need more clean sheets. Starting to do that a little bit. Like I said, you have this goal, but I think this has more to do with just a mistake from a young kid, and he'll learn from that. But beyond that, what did Brentford really offer except for long throws, set pieces? Not much. And the defense has a lot to do with that. They deserve a lot of credit. That's why that's my number 5 takeaway. Number 4, Sasa Lukic was more active going forward in this match, much more active. So I don't know if this is a reaction to what Fulham had been doing, a little stagnant in central midfield. Well, Sasa Lukic was not in this match, going forward much more, but something else extremely noticeable, he's taking more shots. And as we know, he really was limited in the amount of opportunities he was taking for himself throughout last season. So this is a very good development. And let's see if this becomes a trend, because if he's more active going forward, then my argument of playing Lukic and Berget together might fall down the wayside a little bit. I still think that against certain opponents, you should be breaking them up. But if Lukic becomes more offensively minded, then Marco will end up being right and I'll be wrong again. That wouldn't be the first time. That's my number 4 takeaway. Number 3, Alex Iwobi showed his value to the club in this match. And again, it goes to this whole situation with Marco, because what do? I wanted to start Kevin, but then that would force Iwobi potentially out unless you're putting him central. So now you have a good problem to have. What do you do with Alex Iwobi once you start Kevin? Do you put him in the middle? Do you put him over on the right instead of Harry Wilson? A lot of options, but if Iwobi continues to play like this, it's going to be hard to get him out of the starting 11. And when he's playing at this level, he could be basically the player of the season. I thought he was going to be last season, but his second part of the season was not that great. This is what I've seen from Alex Iwobi. We just need to see this each and every week throughout the season. He was fantastic. He was my man of the match, and I thought he was a major part of the reason why Fulham beat Brentford here. Alex Iwobi, he definitely showed his value. That's why that's my number 3. Number 2, Brentford are going to seriously struggle. Brentford will have a hard time this season. Part of it has to do with losing 3 key players. I can name them for you: Norgard, Wissa, and then, of course, Emblemo. But I think their biggest loss is the manager. Thomas Frank leaving Brentford, I think, is really going to hurt them throughout the season. You're seeing what you're getting from Keith Andrews. You have basically, I feel, a championship-level head coach who's really a set-piece coach. Really, that's his thing. And when your game plan is really all about long throws and other set pieces, then I think you're in trouble. And they show that. No creativity. They lack talent. There's no question about it. They've lost too much talent. They are going to struggle. That is the bottom line. I don't see that changing throughout the season. That's a good thing for us Fulham supporters, that they're going to struggle. That was not the team that I'm used to seeing under Thomas Frank. Part of it, big part of it, is the manager. It absolutely is. But the talent loss, the talent drain is an issue too. Brentford are going to struggle this season. I don't think that's going to change throughout. We'll see if I'm right on that. And that's going to lead to my number 1 takeaway. And this has actually been a theme throughout the weekend. The score should have been 4-1. I'm calling it 4-1. It has really just upset me a great deal that the score is only 3-1. And we were talking about this on the View from the Hammersmith end. If they get that 4th goal, Fulham probably go on to really batter this team 5-6-1. That's the direction it was going. So for VAR to intervene once again against Rodrigo Muniz once again is just, for me, insane. Now, I understand why it happened, because you have Jordan Henderson going up to the referee, Michael Oliver, basically making his argument. You have the blood, but it was a football move, accidental contact, and you take away another great goal. I watched Howard Webb talk about how we don't want these situations to come up again. I'm paraphrasing. Basically, what we're seeing is VAR is re-refereeing the game. Enough of this. This has to stop. The score should have been 4-1. 3-1 flatters Brentford. It certainly does. 4-1 represents what the score should have been, and I think it would have been more than that. It's disappointing that Fulham continue to get goals chopped off. This is the second time. So for me, this is just something that is going to continue to bother me. And I'm going to continue to talk about it on Cottage Talk. So, and I got this comment I'm going to share. That this is from David Perry. Football moved just like the Muniz situation at Chelsea. David, that's why I'm bringing this up. So if I just keep my mouth shut and just say, it's okay, they won the match, that's not what I do here. That's not what I'm about. I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to Fulham. I'm going to tell you when it's bad. I'm going to tell you when it's good. And I'm going to tell you when something smells rotten. This smells rotten to me. Why is VAR getting involved in situations where there's not a clear and obvious error? It wasn't clear and obvious. Watch back the replay. I've talked to someone that was there. Come on. Because the linesman didn't put up his flag. None of that. And they chopped off the goal. Enough is enough. We have to keep talking about these situations. It's obviously not just Fulham that this happens to, but it's two matches against the same player who was just a physical player. Why are you penalizing him for being a physical player? That is a terrible message to be sending to players around the league. It is terrible. That goal should have counted. It was a fantastic goal, and you took it away from Rodrigo Muniz and Fulham Football Club. Shame on you, VAR. And I'm for VAR, not for this. You're not for re-refereeing games. You are to take it and look at clear and obvious errors. Only. This does not go underneath that category, in my opinion. And I hope Howard Webb ends up apologizing to Fulham again, because he owes them one. Enough is enough. And that's how I'm going to end this episode. Again, thank you, everyone who does watch live on YouTube. But if you want to listen back to this episode as a podcast, you're going to have to go to the Cottage Talk Patreon page. Please do check it out. I'm going to be doing exclusive podcasts right there. And there's going to be a lot each and every week. And I would love it if you would become a member. So please do check it out. That's going to do it for this episode of Cottage Talk. Thank you, everyone. My name's Russ Goldman. Thank you, as always, for watching and listening to Cottage Talk.